pump it up, pump it up.
It's the day with
This is the
Trae.
day to gain inspiration, to make a positive change in the nation. We're inviting you to partake in conversation to raise your vibration. It's the day that we will all celebrate all of our peeps that make this thing elevate. Watch the negative fade away, cause it's the day with Trae.
Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I want to welcome you to a thankful Thursday. I'm so thankful for all of you out there who have been sharing this show with others. And you know, every day I give you a call out to say, make sure you're doing it. And I just want to express my gratitude for all of you out there doing it. And I definitely have a great story, but I'm also excited because I got some amazing guests in the building. Both of the co-founders of the Seattle Wellness Summit are joining me today. And up first, I get the opportunity to speak to Miracle Olatunji. And later on in the show, Hannah Madgett joins us. And both of them are going to be talking about not only their backgrounds, but also how they came together to team up for this Seattle Wellness Summit. So I'm grateful they're both here. But before I get into it with Miracle, I just want to say, you know, I have been in different cities throughout this year in the country. And when people are like, oh my God, you have that show up in Seattle, right? I'm telling you, it blows my mind, but it's really a testament to how many of you out there are sharing the Day with Trae. So, you know, I always say it's the top of the show. So this is the time for you to share this show right here with folks who you feel could benefit from the daily dose of dopeness we work to give you here on the Day with Trae. And if you can't watch our show, we still have you covered. You can always listen to our show anywhere you find your favorite podcast. Just search Converge Media Network and the Day with Trae. You'll find me on whatever platform is your favorite. There's a ton of them, like 200. So go ahead and search your favorite one and we'll be there. Well, up next, y'all, I get the opportunity to just talk to Miracle. Hi, Miracle.
Hello, Trae.
Hi,
Thanks
welcome.
for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Now, this is exciting because y'all have an event coming up in about a month, but it's also the time to bring people in. And so what I love is that we've been seeing more and more wellness events kind of taking shape. Tell us a bit about your background. What got you into health and wellness?
Yes, absolutely. So a lot of my family is in the healthcare world. I personally decided to pivot into more like finance. So I work at a tech company in a finance role. But what got me into wellness was just like seeing how it can like build community and like bring people together. I love group workout classes. That's kind of why I just like really got into the space to like build a sense of community and just like support one another in our well-being. I know throughout the year, people want to like become better. And especially at the beginning of the year, people are setting their New Year's resolutions. And it's like really hard to stay on top of those goals without a community by your side. So that's one thing that I love about wellness is just like the community aspect of it, bringing people together.
You know, yeah. And as much as it is like an individual thing, because you've got to be motivated. You know, like me, I'm dealing with a lot right now physically. And I'm like, there's so much for me of, you know, eating right, getting some great fitness in, you know, being consistent is key to that. And so I love hearing you say that. You also started Crunch and Brunch. You got to tell us a little bit more about this.
Absolutely. So I created Crunch and Brunch last September. And our mission is to connect women through fitness, food, and making new friends in the city. So I personally moved to Washington last year. I'm from the East Coast. And when I moved here, I was like, I have to have a new community, a new support system. And in building that community, why don't I combine my passion for wellness? And so Crunch and Brunch, we do monthly events where we go to different workout classes. We've done Pilates, bar, boxing, you name it. Every month is a new experience. And it's really fun. We do a class together and then we get brunch or dinner afterwards. Or sometimes I'll make like a charcuterie spread and we'll all enjoy it and just mingle together. And we partner with different studios around Seattle to make these events happen. So it's a lot of fun.
It's so special.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think, you know, for me, as somebody who's been, you know, raised in Seattle, traveled other places, kind of came back, it's exciting for me because I'm hearing so much about folks who come from outside and say, what can I do to build community? How can I tap into community that's built here? How can I build something that allows people to connect with one another? And I'm seeing so much of that. And it's really great because I think throughout my growing up here and being here, especially as a young adult, there was this division almost. Like when you come here from somewhere else, you know, getting involved in community for some folks felt hard or challenging. And so I love that these spaces are being created. So thanks for the work you're doing
Me
there.
too,
We need
absolutely.
more spaces, just great times and great ways to interact with one another and engage. How are people finding Crunch and Brunch? I mean, how do they figure out, I need to come there, I need to tap in with this community? Tell us more about how it's been
So
building.
we really leverage social media. So we're very active on Instagram and TikTok as well. And so that's where we share all of our events. We share photos from the events, videos of the events. We also share about events that are coming up. And so that's the main way. And also through word of mouth. Like people will come to Crunch and Brunch and tell their friends about it. Even the other day, my roommate's friend was talking about Crunch and Brunch. My roommate was like, hey, I know about that. My roommate runs that. So that was a funny moment. And it's just like word of mouth and social media. That's how we get it spread.
It's really great. The fact that, I was just talking earlier about how social media and like media in general, like having it on our phones can be isolating, but I love that it can create community as well. Now, you are a co-founder of the Seattle Wellness Summit, and there's an explosion of wellness right now. Like people are trying to get well. They want to do it in community. Tell us a bit about what made you and Hannah start Seattle Wellness Summit.
Yes, absolutely. So it all started back last March. We hosted a very successful Women's Day event together where we had a yoga session, a sound bath. We also invited local women-owned businesses to come and sell their products and services. It was a big success. Like lots of people made new friends, new connections, new business partners. It was just a really beautiful event. Like I remember there was a moment when I was helping set up the charcuterie board and I just looked out into the crowd and I saw people mingling with one another. I saw people buying from the local women-owned businesses and I was like, this is all my passions in one place, like financial wellness, physical wellness, and emotional wellness. And so Hannah and I got talking and we were thinking, how can we make this even bigger? Like, how can we expand this event that we've done? So that's when the idea for the Seattle Wellness Summit came, because we truly believe that wellness is multidimensional, right? So it's the physical part, the emotional part, the social, financial. So how do we blend that all together? And so we came up with the Seattle Wellness Summit that way.
Wow. And tell us a little bit. I know Hannah's going to get into the details, but I want to hear your why. I mean, you say a lot of your family has been in healthcare. You went through finance, but you've kept yourself physically fit, and there's something that drives you all the time. Tell us a bit about those drivers you have.
Yes, absolutely. So typically when people meet me for the first time, they always ask about my name. They're like, is that actually your real name or what's the story behind it? So I was a miracle baby. And when my mom told me that story about how I got my name, like I almost like didn't make it through a premature birth. And I feel like that kind of drives me, is that feeling like I'm here for a purpose. I'm here for a reason. And I feel like I'm here to make a difference. And I'm so passionate about financial wellness and about physical wellness and community. So I feel like my purpose in life is to bring all those things together and just make a difference in the world.
Well, it's important, to be honest, that you have the platform to do so, that you have the confidence and the tenacity it takes to be out there in community and to build. But also, you're talking about financial wellness. And with that being something that you know well, obviously you're doing it every day. Tell us about what you're excited about when it comes to bringing that out to community. Because a lot of times, I think community members don't have access to the financial expertise to have a solid financial understanding. Tell us about how you utilize your expertise to help others.
Yes, and that's such a good point that you bring up about access and also making the information not so jargony and not so complicated. So we have three incredible panelists for the Wellness Summit panel, from a variety of backgrounds, from real estate to stock investing to index funds. And so they're going to break it down in a way that's easy to understand. And also we're trying to take away the shame about talking about money, because it can be a really like taboo topic in our society, but we're trying to break that down and make it like this is something that can empower you. Money is a powerful tool to help us have the life that we want, the vacations we want, and just live our best life overall. So we're trying to make it more fun and more relevant and just like break down those barriers for people, especially underrepresented communities and women.
Wow, this is really great, Miracle. Thanks so much for all you're doing. Of course, if folks want to tap in with Crunch and Brunch with you, please look right here. Let them know how they do it.
Yes. So if you'd like to get involved with Crunch and Brunch, our Instagram is at crunch.brunch_. And then for the Seattle Wellness Summit, it's at Seattle Wellness Summit on Instagram as well.
Thanks so much for being
Thank you for
here.
having me.
Y'all, this is definitely a thank-filled Thursday. Up next, we're going to continue this amazing discussion around wellness with Hannah Madgett in the building. We're going to be talking about what got her into fitness. You definitely don't want to miss it. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Seattle Opera presents the world premiere of Jubilee. Jubilee follows the historic Fisk Jubilee Singers' initial tours following the Civil War. While raising funds for the fledgling Fisk University, the group shared their music around the world, showcasing more than 40 African-American spirituals such as Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, Deep River, and Wade in the Water. Jubilee is not to be missed. October 12th through 26th at McCaw Hall. Details at seattleopera.org.
Africatown Plaza is our latest affordable housing development project. It's 126 units of affordable housing over community commercial space.
It's the first time in my career, and I've been doing this for 10 years, that I was able to design for people who look like me.
Africatown Plaza is a beacon of hope.
Africatown Plaza is a love letter to the community.
You on my mind a lot, don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my pocket spot. Yeah, that's babe, need you every day. You seem like the barging down, got my heart no barging in. From the bed to the floor to the couch, might wake the neighbors up, break you in then break you out. In the end we gon' make a child, then we gon' hit the show. Part 2 we don't need no pause. Miss you, we gon' get tipsy, don't need a power shot.
Copy my steel, face this back that, copy my steel.
Here on Back to Vesa, it's always been important to me that we uplift stories from across the region and that no matter where you live in the nation, you never have to miss a moment of the show as we continue to highlight the beauty, excellence, and resilience of our communities across the Pacific Northwest. Why? Because representation matters. So no matter where you live, be it the Central District or Centralia, Portland or Pullman, or anywhere across the country, I encourage you to join me on this Back to Vesa journey by downloading the free Fox Local app on your phone or smart TV as we continue to elevate the very best in our communities.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Joining me right now is Hannah. What's up, Hannah? How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good. So we heard a little bit about Miracle's backstory. Tell us a bit about you. What got you into health and wellness?
Sure. I got into fitness and yoga, movement in general, back in senior year of my high school. So I'm on year 8 of teaching and being involved in the fitness realm. I've just really always had a passion for sharing movement and kind of making it fun and approachable for everyone. Because I feel like one of the things about movement is finding your jam in movement. How do you like to move your body? It doesn't have to look a certain way for everybody, but if you find the thing that resonates with you the most, it can be really fulfilling and fun.
Yeah, I agree. And even for me, as I was talking about my own journey, I've been like, what is the thing I love? And I'm honing in on it more, which is great because I think when you love it, then you don't mind doing it every day. And it just becomes a part of your everyday thing versus it being like, oh my God, again, I got to do this just because my body needs to be healthy. Right. I think that mindset is so important. How have you experienced that throughout your time doing fitness work and really working with diverse clientele?
Totally. I think that over time, my story ebbs and flows. So I could be really into lifting for a certain amount of time, and then I can be really into finding my flow in yoga or taking a second to slow down. I'm in this period in my life right now where yin yoga feels really good and moving really slow feels really nice for me, and giving myself grace to do that, slow down and be still with my thoughts. And however that looks like for me. And then I feel like I'm able to meet with clients in that way. Where are you at on your journey? Where do you want to be at on your journey? Kind of having that holistic outlook.
Yeah. I mean, so much of this is customizable.
Yeah.
Right? For every person. What works for them may not work for somebody else. One of the things I appreciate about health and wellness is it is so specific to the person. Especially now as we're learning so much more about gluten intolerance or like lactose intolerance, all of these things that's like specific to your body type or to like your DNA. There's something that's really special and that's there for everyone. So tell us a bit about how you connected with Miracle and what made y'all say, this is what we got to keep doing.
Totally. We connected at an event that I hosted, one of my Grateful to Move events back last year. Miracle attended it, and we kind of just connected then and there we did a wellness rave. And so it was really upbeat, fun, and we exchanged contact information, stayed in touch ever since. And then Miracle kind of reached out to me and was like, what do you think about doing a Women's Day event? And I was so on board from the get-go. And then ever since then, our partnership has kind of just grown into this amazing thing of reaching more and more people and letting our values and things that we align with kind of stepping into our purpose and sharing that.
Well, this is great to hear. And she gave us some details about some of the things to expect. Tell us your perspective on the Seattle Wellness Summit that's coming up next month and what folks can expect from this amazing event.
Totally. I think what to expect is just an amazing day full of women-owned businesses, movement, all levels, yoga class, accessible to all. They can expect goodie bags, fruitful conversations, awesome panelists, education weaved into all of these things too. So a day that's going to be really exciting and fun.
Well, you get to give us the details. So people want to know when, where, how they get there, how they buy tickets. I get to get all that from you because this is something that we need more of in our community. We need more folks doing wellness events. I think the ideas around people understanding their personal journey in wellness is so key, but also, like y'all said, connecting with other people. These events as being a way to be in community and make connections and find friends is exciting. So what are all those details?
Totally. You can find us on October 19th, exactly 1 month from today. Saturday, October 19th, we'll be at Creative Block in Seattle. We will have when, where. We also, what was the rest of your?
Well, is there a place to buy tickets?
Totally. You can
what
find
time
us.
is the event?
I love that. Our social media is at Seattle Wellness Summit, so you can find all of the information there. We are selling our tickets through Luma, so you can find us online at Luma. And all of those links are linked into our bios as well on all of our social medias.
Well, y'all have done a good job to leverage social media, as Miracle was saying, to make sure people know about these events. When you think about the things that you really want people to come and walk away with, Hannah, what are some of those top things for you?
Definitely. I think meaning, purpose, whatever that means to you, something that we will start our event with is probably one word, how you're feeling, just to break the ice with everybody in the room, sharing their names. Maybe you like someone's shirt and now you know their name and you can say hi to them the next time you see them after class, after our yoga class. But hoping that people walk away with honest conversation, feeling like they have a better understanding or some of their questions are answered, especially with our amazing panelists that we're gonna have involved. So walking away with health, wellness, a passion and fuel for whatever it means on their own wellness journey.
Yeah, that's important. Well, y'all are doing some great work, and I thank you so much for being here and for giving the community an opportunity to tap into their wellness. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Wow, y'all, this is really special because wellness is something we've been talking about here on The Day with Trae, and I'm so thankful to both Miracle and Hannah for being here. I'm going to wrap all this up right after this short break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Hello, welcome to Elite Insights with Carlos Himani. We're looking to offer an in-depth look at event production industry through the lens of client experiences and joint successes. The podcast will emphasize guest interviews, focusing on client discussing their fields and reflecting on their collaboration with Elite Collective. Again, you're with Elite Insights. Carlos Himani here. See you guys in a few.
Welcome back, everyone, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Now, I could just tell you that right here, I get to learn about so much that's going on in the greater Seattle metro area, in the Pacific Northwest, in our region. And it's great because there's so many good people pulling together events that may have similar nodes, but they're hitting different audiences, and that's exciting. The idea that Miracle and Hannah got together and decided, like, let's do more of these kinds of events for folks. Let's do an event that's bringing financial wellness into our wellness of our bodies. It's important because when you can mix and mingle when it comes to your expertise and provide something for the community that's of a great benefit, everybody wins. So make sure y'all check out Crunch and Brunch and also check out Seattle Wellness Summit. Thanks to both of them for being here, and thanks to you all for watching. I'm really hoping y'all have been inspired by my guest here today as much as I was, so you can do something with that inspiration and find your way to be a part of the solution, as both of my guests here showed you they were today. Y'all know I get to wrap up the week with you tomorrow, and until then, at 11 a.m., y'all, peace.
Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.